Hello everyone, welcome to your November 2024 astrological forecast. Before I begin, I would just like to remind you that if you are going to order any kind of chart services from me for like next year or as a holiday gift or something or other, it's a good idea to put in your order now. If you wait until December, I can't guarantee that your stuff will be done by like the end of the month or whatever, or in time for the holidays. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And a special thank you to my subscribers for your continued support, for liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos. And if you like this video and you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Okay? So anyways, in November 1st starts off with a new moon in Scorpio. Okay? Then on the 2nd, Mercury moves into Sagittarius. Okay? On the 3rd, Mars moves into Leo. And on the 11th, Venus moves into Capricorn. On the 15th, Saturn turns direct. Also on the 15th, also on the 15th, there's a full moon in Taurus. Okay? Then on the 19th, Pluto finally moves into Aquarius for good. Okay? And on the 21st, the Sun moves into Sagittarius. And on the 25th, Mercury turns retrograde in Sagittarius. Okay? So be sure to check out my weekly forecast, which are now like daily shorts. Okay, so now for your forecast. Hi, Cancer. So on November 1st, there's a new moon in Scorpio in your 5th house where you have the sign of Scorpio. And the sun is here up until the 21st, and your 5th house is the house of fun. Okay, so especially with the sun being here, that really gives you the extra energy there, or the feeling that you would like to get out and have some fun. Okay, it's also the house of romance, creativity, gambling, speculation, any form of entertainment, games and sports, and anything to do with children. Okay, so a new moon here could possibly bring a new romance. You know, you just had Venus here last month, so and Mars was in your sign. So you could have like, I don't know, been a little bit more bold and actually met someone last month, or even at the beginning of this month. But still, you know, this being the house of creativity, though, also, new moon does bring a new beginning. So it could, like, not just bring a new romance, but also like some kind of new project. Okay, Mars is moving into Leo. I'll get to that in a minute. But it is going to retrograde back into your sign next year and spend like an extended period of time. Like up until like April, I believe. Okay, so there could be something that you're really working on. You're putting a lot of effort into. When Mars is in your sign, it gives you extra energy to pursue whatever's personally important to you. Okay, so whatever is possibly going on here, the new moon brings about a new beginning in this area. Okay, at the same time, there's a full moon in Taurus on the 15th in your 11th house, which is directly across from your 5th house of Scorpio. Your 11th house being your house of friends and acquaintances, where you would normally go to hang out, socializing in person or online, any group or organization that you belong to, and also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So having the planet Uranus transiting here for the past so many years has brought a lot of unusual people into your life, a little bit more interesting than normal, or having some unusual things happen to you when you're out socializing, even if you're online on social media. You know, some like I would have to think that some of them are really fun though. Okay, so with a full moon here, it does bring something to the surface, some kind of problem possibly that you could be having with a friend or acquaintance, or any group or organization that you belong to. But it's like taken care of, you know, right away. I don't think it's any kind of big deal. you won't even have Mars in your sign at that time. So just seems like maybe you had to correct someone, possibly a friend or an acquaintance, or again, someone within an organization or group that you belong to. Correct them, and make sure, you know, whatever it was that they misunderstood, doesn't it happen again, okay? So the sun does move into Sagittarius on the 21st, but on the 2nd, Mercury moves into Sagittarius, and Venus is still in Sagittarius up until the 11th. And then on the 25th, Mercury turns retrograde in Sagittarius, and this is all happening in your 5th house where you have the sign of Sagittarius, okay? I'm sorry, your 6th house. Your 6th house, okay? The 6th house being the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your co-workers, your work schedule, the very building where you work, also your house of health and your house of service to others, okay? So having Venus here, you know, did bring a lot of like nice pleasant times possibly happening at work, or a nice rapport with your co-workers or boss even, or the work that you're doing is like Venus related. It's something beautiful, it's artistic, you know, whatever. And that really continues here, especially with the sun, when the sun moves here on the 21st. Okay, with Mercury being here, there could be a lot of planning going on when Mercury is direct. Okay, you could be changing your schedule, or your co-workers are changing their schedules due to like vacations or upcoming holidays or something or other. You could also be getting a new assignment. If you are self-employed, you could be getting a new client at this time. When Mercury turns retrograde, though, you should be careful of communications, especially at work, and especially if someone gives you instructions or directions of some kind, or you give someone instructions or directions of some kind of how to do some kind of job, an assignment or whatever. And again, if you have a client, if you're self-employed and you have a client, make sure you clearly understand exactly what it is that they want, because when Mercury turns retrograde, you could find out that you and your coworkers could find out you've been doing a job wrong, but that's because you were told wrong. You know, it's incorrect, and not due to you guys, you know. And as far as a client goes, you know, some people are really vague, and they just like leave it up to you to figure out what it is that they want, you know. And then when you give them what you feel they wanted, which I'm sure is probably more than enough, they could find things wrong with it just because that's the kind of person they are. You know what I mean? There's always people like that. They're not happy with anything. But if they were clearer, then they could have gotten exactly what they wanted, right? So anyways, as far as your health goes, this could be the time of year where you have some kind of checkup, you know, the same time every year. Or, you know, it could be a time where you start some kind of, you know, exercise or eating like routine or something or other that you decide to like incorporate into your life. It could be something foreign, you know, some kind of different culture, the way they cook or eat certain things, or exercise, something or other that could become a part of your everyday life. And that's kind of like just due to having Saturn and Neptune in your 9th house of long distance travel and communications, but different cultures, people from different backgrounds than yours, okay? I do have to mention that Saturn does go direct in Pisces, in your 9th house where you have Pisces, along with Neptune. Neptune is still retrograde, but with Saturn going direct, you may have had some kind of travel plans that were held up or canceled completely. Maybe they are rescheduled. It is kind of hard, though, a lot of times to travel when Saturn is in your 9th house. A lot of things like kind of don't go right, your reservations fall through, or your flight is delayed, or your form of transportation, whatever way you're going. I always do say, though, if traveling to another country, that you should always make sure that you follow their customs and their laws, because if anything were ever going to happen to you, it would happen when Saturn is in your ninth house, okay? And you're in another country. You better run to the embassy, you know, if you're an American embassy, and ask for help, okay? So it's just something I would, you know, because you could have been trying to travel, you know, for a long time, but it's been hard, okay? I do also have to say, though, as far as work goes, you know, that ninth house is the house of knowledge and higher learning and everything. And so you've probably used whatever it is that you know within your job. You know, you may know more than your coworkers, maybe even your boss, okay? So maybe you had to even, like in some cases, dumb yourself down around higher ups, you know, because it would seem like you were putting them in their place by correcting them, okay? So I do have to also mention, though, back to the ninth house here, if you were involved in any kind of legal matter or lawsuit or something or other that was just dragging on, and your opponent or whatever is pulling out all kinds of, you know, crappy stuff, all kinds of deception, you know, trying to get you to, I don't know, do whatever they want you to do. With Saturn moving direct again, there will be some movement in this area, because it could be someone is deliberately stalling, you know, or holding up a legal matter that you want done already. Okay, on the 11th, Venus moves into Capricorn, and your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships, business, romantic, or friendship. Also the house of arrangements and agreements, open enemies, and competition. So having Venus here really brings a very nice pleasantry to all of your close relationships. Okay, they go really well, and Pluto has fully moved into Aquarius on the 19th, so you don't have to deal with Pluto directly across from your sun or other planets in Cancer anymore, okay? It will fully be in Aquarius in your 8th house, but having Venus in the 7th house, you know, does you know, I feel there could be somebody new coming into your life, you know, not with just that one planet being there, but Venus does bring about like romantic feelings within a close relationship. So there could be something or other happening there as far as romance goes. Okay, again, with Pluto in your 8th house, okay, you'll have to listen to the video I'm doing on Pluto in Aquarius in your 8th house. But 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, and Pluto, along with Mars, is the ruler of the sign Scorpio. So it does well, actually, when it's in the 8th house. It does bring about major transformation, okay? But Pluto also governs power. So 8th house is other people's money and resources. You may have access to someone else's resources, one of them being money, okay? I do have to mention Mars did leave your sign, okay, on the 3rd. It moves into Leo and your 2nd house of earned income and possessions. So having Mars here, okay, 2nd house directly across from the 8th house, both of these are money houses. Okay, so you could end up eventually, while Mars is in Leo, like in some kind of power struggle over property, over bank accounts, credit cards, money, period. Okay, it could be an inheritance even that's due you, okay? But while Mars is in your 2nd house, it does make you go after anything that belongs to you, especially money and possessions. If someone has something of yours that you've asked for and they haven't given it back, well, you'll be after them and they will be giving it back whether they want to or not. Okay. Also, Mars in the second house gives you the desire, more or less, to create a second stream of income. Okay, it could be your main source of income eventually, but for now, you know, this helps you to create something, again, new, that possibly that, you know, you could earn a living off of. Okay. So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Cancer on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Capricorn, and those dates are the 5th, 6th, and 7th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, and speculation, and anything to do with children is the 1st, 2nd, 14th, 15th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The best time for money is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time for your career is the 12th and 13th, and the best time for communication and travel is the 10th, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for November. Happy Thanksgiving. See you later. Bye.